Hello, I'm Richard Hooper and I'm pleased to be joined by Will Gibson of Maplewave. Now, Will, retail optimization software sounds very interesting, but what does it actually mean?
Sure, so what we do is we make telco retail stores better, faster. So our software enables the transaction experience to be a very good experience. The quicker it is, the better. No fiddling around with lots of forms or lots of data entry, no printing out lots of paper. Everything can be digitally signed there and then. So it basically just improves the customer experience of a telco retail store.
Now, for these telcos, they're having to adapt to a new changing environment. Who's driving that and how is that affecting your business?
So primarily the customer is driving that. They know what they want, they're well educated, they're well versed in tech, and customers nowadays just aren't prepared to accept bad service or slow service. So telcos are having to modernize the way they do things. They're having to open up their channels and allow the customer the power to transact in different areas, not just the retail store, but also in call centers, in field sales and events, or actually transact in the palm of their hand on their own device. And that's what we do. Our software enables a telco to have that wider ecosystem of transaction points.
Now, you delivered a keynote here. What were the main points out of that?
Yeah, so the keynote was around how retail is morphing really to become me-tail. With the rise of the two youngest generations on the planet, which are Generation Z and Generation Alpha, they're both generations very, very comfortable with tech, very sure of what it is that they want and they need, and their specific needs are very different. So telcos need to start now to start producing experiences that are really going to connect with these types of customers. Quick example would be personalization. That is huge for the younger generation of today. They want everything to be about them, personal to them, and they want the ability to customize it. So telcos really need to start thinking about who their customer of the future is, and in particular with Generation Z, these people are 18 to 25 years old already. There's 2 billion of them on the planet. That's a hefty amount of disposable income, and telcos need to tap into that.
Now, when we talk about telcos, these are some of the largest companies on the planet, and yet they're coming to people like you to help this process. Why? What's the advantage?
So typically telcos are caught up in this perpetual short-term cycle of quarterly business reviews, annual KPIs. They're running their business. And so it's very rare for a business to have the strength to be able to look into the future and see far in advance. So often they come to people like ourselves who are very niche specialists in these areas. And then what we do is we make sure we tailor our products and services to them to make sure that we not only give them a good experience for now, but we give them a good experience for the future, because by the time everything is implemented, and the telco industry is notoriously slow moving, they may well have missed an opportunity. So we make sure that we bring speed and energy to these projects and make sure that things get delivered in the best way possible for the customer.
And finally, what's the biggest challenge going forward for these telcos?
So the biggest challenge is taking that leap towards being a digital service provider. There's a lot of legacy systems that hold them back. They're very reluctant to dispense with some of those systems because of the investment that's gone on previously. So really one of the biggest challenges is getting to that decision point. Are you going to free yourself and move forward with a system base that really is fit for purpose now and for the next 20 years? Or are you still going to be clinging on to your systems of the past that may be slowing you down and maybe holding you back? So it's telcos with a bravery in their C-suite that know where the business is going and know where the customers are going. They're the ones that are making fast advances, and so that's the biggest challenge: is are you brave enough to jump off that cliff?
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Pleasure.